Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So with this YouTube channel, I get probably 2 to 3 emails a day of just, hey, would you review this? Just junk, basically. It's just a tier above junk email. I just tend to delete these things all the time. And the reason for that is I just don't like to put out just nonsense content on just any little widget that somebody that's selling on Amazon is looking for me to promote. I don't do that. I don't do a whole lot of taking on people that are soliciting me to push their products. It's just, to me, I don't want to be a shill for products I don't really believe in. So again, I just delete a lot of these emails like you wouldn't believe. There's a lot of them. So when I got this email for this product that I'm going to do a review on today, I almost deleted it just because I get in that routine of just hitting that delete button. But I just happened to catch my eye and I saw they were asking me to review an iPhone screen. So I thought, well, who is going to reach out to somebody randomly to review an iPhone screen? Because that would require me to either replace a screen that's totally fine or break it to showcase somebody else's product. None of that would really make any sense. Well, unless you have a broken iPhone. So it just so happened, no joke, this is the old screen from my iPhone XS. You can see here, it is shattered. So of course, I would love to do a video of replacing my iPhone screen. I just figured, okay, I'll give it a shot. And otherwise, I have to go to the Apple Store to pay for a replacement anyway. So, let's go at this. So this video is sponsored by Spider Mall, and I will include their link down in the description below. Please go check them out. Again, they're the ones who provided me with this replacement screen. So I'm going to send you over there to take a look if you're in the market for a replacement screen. Now, first and foremost, I've looked at the prices for their screen replacements, and it's basically about the same as what you would pay to go to the Apple Store. So I thought to myself, well, how am I supposed to explain this to my viewers in a way that makes sense to say, hey, go check these guys out? But then I thought, well, who would this be for? And ultimately, in my opinion, this will be for somebody who maybe doesn't live near an Apple Store. So if you're looking to replace your screen yourself and maybe you live out somewhere rural America or just a real pain in the neck to get to the Apple Store, could you theoretically buy this replacement screen and do it yourself? So that was kind of the way that I thought I would approach this review. And again, I needed a screen, so lucky me. So this install wasn't without a little bit of some hiccups. And the reason for that was that I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention. When they said they would send me the screen, I said, sure. And I didn't really research anything. So I just figured, well, I bought this toolkit a couple of years ago, an Amazon Basics toolkit. I'll link that in the description down below. And I figured I have all those little bits that I need. Didn't really pay attention to which ones I need. I just figured I have them. So when I got this kit, I set it out on the table here and just started to take it apart. And it started going well. I was able to unscrew the screws down by the lightning connector here. A little trick that I learned in this process, just kind of as I was stumbling through it, trying to figure it out, was if you have a broken screen, put a little bit of packing tape over top of it. It'll help keep any of the shards of glass or anything from going anywhere. So as you pull it up, you want to keep it all together. My thought process behind that was kind of the same thing as like laminated glass. So just put a little tape over it, keep it all together, and it just helps pulling it all apart in the future. And then I used my wife's hair dryer and just basically loosened the adhesive up as much as I possibly could, because I do know that there's adhesive on the backs of these screens. So I just wanted to make sure I could loosen that up. Then the kit that I have has a little suction cup, so I just put that on the screen and sort of worked it up a little bit. They have some little plastic pry bars in that kit that comes with an Amazon Basics toolkit, and I just used that to work up around the edges and loosen it up a little bit. And you want to kind of peek down in as you're doing it to see what's going on in the phone itself. You don't want to just rip that screen right off, because there are ribbon cables on there, and you could really damage those cables, which you need to save going forward. So again, just pay attention as you're doing that. So I pulled it all apart, and that is when I realized that I was in trouble, because that kit that I bought from Amazon did not have the, I believe it was a 000 tri-tip bit, Y000. Whatever it was, I'll put that up here, and I'll link that in the description down below as well. But the toolkit that I had did not have that screwdriver tip. So I had options at that point. Put it back together or try to figure it out. Now, be careful. I've learned my lesson over the years. it's okay to give it like a little shot and try to maybe hillbilly engineer something together to get it to work, but don't press your luck because you'll end up stripping heads out and it can be really ugly. But I tell you what, I went and found an old knife sharpening kit that I probably haven't pulled out in 5 years out of a closet, and decided to take one of my other tri-bits and just start to try to sharpen it so that I could get it into the tri-bit head. But it didn't work. It was like 20 minutes of my time just totally wasted. So I just went to Amazon, ordered another screwdriver for like $5, but I had to put my broken screen back on the iPhone. So I waited a couple days and then I got back into it again. Now, taking it apart was really simple. The whole process took me, maybe a half hour to swap the screens out. Probably helped that I had a little bit of practice a couple days earlier. But again, it's really a pretty simple process. It's just a lot of small pieces and paying attention. Now, as you're pulling this little cover off to get to the ribbon cables to disconnect them, pay attention to where those screws go because they are all different sizes. So I just used the case that my screen came in and set them out and kind of laid them out in the order of which I pulled them out so I could put them back where they came from. But that's also kind of dangerous because if you were to tap that tray, those little screws will go everywhere and you won't find them. I didn't do that. I didn't have any problems with that. The ribbon cables actually just pull out real easy. You just want to use, I had a little plastic pry bar that came with that toolkit, and just use that, pry up on those little ribbon connectors that go into the board, and they just pop right off. I mean, really simple. Again, you just pull all the parts and pieces off the existing screen. All of the ambient light sensors, which are on the back side of the screen, you have to pull those off because they have to go back on your new screen. But I tell you what, all in, I put this thing back together, and I've had no problems with it. And I was a little bit concerned because getting a screen from an unknown company and really not being sure if it was going to be worth my time, I totally anticipated, and I'm not lying, I expected that this company that I never heard of was going to send me this screen. I was going to put it on here, and my phone was going to have the resolution of like an iPhone 4 or something. But I put it on here, and I tell you what, it's as good as the factory one that I had on before. Very smooth. I haven't seen any dead pixels or anything like that. All of the brightness controls and everything, the brightness still comes up and down. You do lose True Tone, and I was researching online how to get True Tone back, and pretty much if you get an iPhone replacement or a screen replacement, even from the Apple Store, from what I'm reading, True Tone's dead after that anyways. I don't know why or how or what the reasoning behind it is, but take to the internet and you'll see that it's just what happens when you replace your screen. So that kind of sucks to not have True Tone anymore, but I'll trade a broken screen with True Tone for a perfect screen without True Tone. And all the color saturation, everything looks the same as what my original iPhone screen did. So I don't have anything bad to say about this Spider-Mall screen replacement. As a matter of fact, I'm incredibly happy with it. So just a sponsorship that fell in my lap at a time that I needed a screen for my iPhone. So, of course, I said yes. I said I'll put a video out. I'll swap it around, and there you have it. So that is my review of the Spider-Mall iPhone XS screen replacement. I love it. Thank you, Spider-Mall. I appreciate the support. My biggest critique on this whole process would be the economics of it. So if it's going to be cheaper to take it in to get it replaced, or similar price to take it in to get it replaced, to have somebody else have to deal with the nightmare of doing it, that's maybe a way to go. But again, if it's something that you can't get to the store or don't want to send your phone in because you can't be without it for days on end or a week on end, so I would say certainly take a look at Spider-Mall. I've had no problem with the screen, and leave in the comments down below if you go that route. Let me know if you have any problems. I mean, I'll keep you guys updated. If you want to know later on down the road as you watch this video, if it's been published for 6 months and you want to know how that screen is holding up, I may or may not do updates on these things as I do reviews because, well, there's just a lot of it. There's a lot of content out there. I can't just keep circling back to everything I've done. But the comments are a great place to have that discussion and ask, how is it holding up over the course of time. So, and guys, if this is your first time tuning in, please click that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel, and I'll see you next time.